Well, I spent the morning with a new friend, somebody that I think I'm going to be spending a little bit of time with in the days to come. His name is Peter, and Peter is an exterminator. And Peter deals with things that I don't want to deal with, namely vermin. We're talking rats, mice, raccoons, squirrels, birds. It's a sort of a list of diminishing extreme, but the reality is this morning we were looking at rat issues. Now, I mentioned before I am not the mighty hunter, and had a moment one time with a rat and decided, not my calling, and I don't need to do that. So there are people that do this professionally, and they enjoy their job. So hey, who am I to steal their joy and their livelihood? So I met Peter. Peter and I went and to one of our buildings, and there was garbage everywhere. I kid you not, they had like 15 bags of garbage in that apartment. Ugh. And now they got to clean it up. Actually, there's about 6 bags that were strewn everywhere, which, by the way, was attracting the rats. Now, we went to different buildings, and Peter showed me this is what attracts rats. And it doesn't take much because rats have pretty good noses, and they know how to sniff out food. Now, what they would eat is not exactly what you would eat, because if it was, you wouldn't have thrown it out in the first place. So you throw out your garbage, and rats decide that, ooh, there's lunch, and away they go. And they're just like, you know what? I don't need to be cramped up in here in a bag. Let's just toss everything out and spread it out and see what we got, which makes a mess, and they poop, and they're diseased, and it's gross. And nobody really likes having rats around. But rats are attracted to certain things. And Peter tells me, he said, if you want to get rid of your rat problem, one of the things you need to get rid of is your garbage problem. You need to get rid of the things that attract rats. You need to get rid of the things that attract the vermin. You got to get rid of the things in your life that cause you to sin. Oh, did I make that connection? Yes, I did. The reality is we have so many things in our lives, and we try to want to live good lives and whatever, but then we decide that we're not going to get rid of the things in our lives that are actually causing us to sin or leading us to sin. Or we know if we maintain these things in our lives, they are going to draw us into a place where we are no longer going to be strong enough to live the lives that we want to. But we love those things, don't we? We love those things that give us that sense of personal strength or personal comfort or personal power, and we don't really want to give it to God. We want to hold on to what it is that makes us feel something. And I don't know what that something is, but sometimes that's what we want. We want a feeling. We want that emotion or that connection. And we are feeling creatures. God made us with feelings, but sometimes those feelings can lead us astray. Those desires lead us astray. The scripture says, why do we sin? It's when we're enticed and led away by those sins. I mean, we're put into bondage because we allow those things to entice us. But the problem is, a lot of times we keep those things in our lives that lead us astray. Those files on our computer, those books in our library, that alcohol in our fridge, those channels on our television, all those things. And they're so tempting, and when we're in a place where we're just craving that feeling and whatever it is, we run to that. God says, get rid of it. Get it right out of your life. Because it's like, we wonder how does our life get a mess? How does all the garbage in our life get strewn everywhere? Why are those rats being attracted to my life? And it's because you're keeping the garbage. You're not cleaning it up. You're not getting rid of it. You're not taking it out of your presence, and you're leaving it in your presence, and because you do, you attract the vermin that make the mess. No one should say that God is tempting us, because when the scripture says we're enticed and led away by our own sin. So my encouragement to you today, my encouragement to me is, take stock of your life. Are you cleaning up the garbage? Are you taking out that stuff that's causing you problems, or are you just allowing it to be in your life? Because if you are, you need to get rid of it. If it's things that in a relationship that cause turmoil, get rid of it. If it's things in your life that just cause you to stumble, get rid of it. Someone once told me, if sin's on one side of the road, cross and going the other. Maybe that's what the chicken was thinking. I don't know. Anyways, hope that's been an encouragement to you. God bless you. We'll talk to you later.